It's week 6 of the road to 100 interviews. I want to make sure that my chair had the proper send-off that it deserves. I still have it, but it's just kind of waiting to make sure that I like this new one and that everything is going good. So I want to tell you my top 3, and then I'll show you some stuff that I shot prior to this. So the first person on my list is Jessica Savage, and I found her through Instagram actually. She makes really cool stickers, and on the day that I got my new chair, she sent me this sticker and a postcard that said, "Thanks for rolling with me," and I just lost it. I was like, oh my god, that is the perfect way to say goodbye to my chair. So I wrote to Jessica on Instagram, and I've done over 80 interviews now, and she was the first person to be like, okay, but tell me about you first. And I did not know how to answer that. I should also mention that it takes me 10 to 15 minutes to put my code on, and when I write to people, I usually tell them I started my blog in 2017 in order to interview as many creative people as possible, and if they work in the entertainment industry, then I also mentioned that that was my main focus. Now, this has evolved a bit to branch out into other creative fields, but you know, the musicians and the actors, those are kind of my favorite. And then I also told Jessica how I was the 2021 CCMA Ultimate Fan, which I felt showed that I was recognized by all of the friends that I made in the Canadian country music industry. And I have a lot of memories. Almost every concert I've been to, I've been in this chair. So every famous person I've ever met has touched it. The next person on my list is Morgan Harper Nichols, and if this works out successfully, she will be the 3rd Morgan that I've interviewed.
My family is everything. They are my inspiration for anything I do. In fact, I thought that because I did a lot of art before I got married and before I started having kids. But then when I had kids, I was like, oh, this is who I am now. Like, I'm a mom, so that's it, period. I'm done being an artist. And then as I had my 3 daughters and my 1 son, I realized that it was really important to me for them to see me. Come here, Shasha. It was really important for them, or for me, that they see me achieving my goals and my dreams. Oh, she doesn't get out much, as you can tell.
I really love my job. I love interviewing people. I love making a connection, even if you have 4 or 5 minutes. That's a fun challenge for me to make that connection in a short amount of time. But really, I love movies and TV. And so whenever I get to interview directors or actors, it's a good day for me.
So one of the previous Morgans that I interviewed was Morgan Hoffman from ET Canada, and I thought it would be fun to reach out to one of her coworkers, which is Carlos Bustamante. And I chose Carlos because I feel like he has been on TV for all the key moments in my life. He was on YTV during my childhood, and then ET Canada during going to college. He's been on TV in my first home, which is this apartment. And yeah, I just feel like I hold people and things that shaped my childhood in such high regard. As you'll see with my wheelchair, I could not get through this video without crying. I'm going to see Old Dominion today. I've got my Old Dominion shirt on. Today is my last big outing with my wheelchair. I am ready early because I booked my ride for 4:30 and they changed it to 4:20, and you have to be ready at least 10 minutes early, which means I have to be ready by 4:10, which means I should be at the door by 4. Hey, it's after 11:30, and the chair and I survived our final big outing together. It's been a good run, and I'm gonna go take this coat off because I feel like it's glued to me. Good night. Oh, it wanted to take one more run at the table. Hello, today is the day. I'm still in my old wheelchair. I have about 2 hours until the next one comes. I am sad. I don't want to do this. Oh, God. the trial chair was not a good experience. It just was a really shitty chair. And it's like I didn't want to go ahead with it, but they kept saying, "Oh, when it's your chair, it'll have the right measurements. Have this piece of cake that I'm gonna eat later. It'll probably make me feel better." I don't know. When I had the trial chair, there were just so many things wrong with it. Like, the footrests were so crooked, and like, my footrest has been broken probably for like maybe 10 years, and like, it was still in better shape than this trial one. The joystick is not replaceable, but the knob is. And Cole was able to get the knob I wanted. He said this is probably a dead person's knob, but we won't we won't think about that. There is a gorilla on the back of the chair, and I was like, what the hell? And I guess the brand name of the back piece is called Silverback, so that's their logo. Lastly, in tribute to my original chair, I wanted to show you what I think is the first photo we ever took of it, which was in June or July 2005.